I swear, I wasn't trying to cause chaos. I wasn't trying to take over an entire department. But somehow, through a series of unfortunate events and corporate confusion, I accidentally became my boss's boss for one glorious, terrifying day. And let me tell you, power should not be given to the unprepared. So how did a low-level employee like me end up running the entire office? Buckle up. So I work in this big corporate office where no one really knows what's going on because this is the wildest wrong place, wrong time situation I've ever been in. The kind of place where emails get lost, meetings are held just to schedule more meetings, and the left hand has no idea what the right hand is doing. One morning I walk in, and the entire office is in panic mode. People are whispering, managers are running around looking stressed, and the entire HR department has mysteriously disappeared. Me, being the professional slacker that I am, just grab my coffee and try to avoid eye contact. But then my manager, Steve, rushes over to me like he's seen a ghost. Dude, check your email. Right now. Now, let me tell you, if your boss ever says that with fear in his voice, you know something horrible has happened. So I open my inbox and there it is. A promotion email. But not just any promotion email. Congratulations. You have been temporarily promoted to acting regional manager. Effective immediately. Excuse me? I'm an intern. Now, at first, I think this is some kind of mistake. Maybe a prank. Maybe a system glitch. But then the CEO himself, a guy I've never even met, walks in, claps me on the back, and goes, "Big shoes to fill, kid. Don't let me down." I'm sorry, what shoes? Whose shoes? What is happening? Apparently, my actual boss, my boss's boss, and half of upper management all got caught up in some massive HR scandal. And since HR itself was in the scandal, no one knew who was supposed to be in charge. And because corporate email systems are held together with duct tape and prayers, they somehow sent the temporary promotion email to the wrong person. Me. So what do? Like any sane person, I try to tell them it's a mistake. But before I can even open my mouth, Steve, my actual boss, looks at me with sheer desperation in his eyes and says, "Please don't tell them. If they realize the system glitched, they might replace us all." Bro, this man was begging me to stay his boss. What kind of company is this? So I did what any underpaid, overwhelmed employee would do. I nodded, smiled, and said, let's have a meeting. Now, let's be clear, I had no idea how to run an office. But apparently, neither did anyone else. Asterisk, for the first few hours, I just repeated things I'd heard in movies. Things like, let's circle back on that. That's a great synergy opportunity. Let's optimize workflow efficiency. Asterisk, no one questioned me. They all took notes. At one point, someone asked if we should restructure the workflow chart, and I just nodded like a wise old sage. Yes, restructure the workflow. Next thing I know, an entire department gets relocated. By lunch, people were actually saying things like, "Wow, the new boss is really shaking things up." Bro, I had no idea what I was doing. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, because at exactly 3:42 p.m., an angry woman in a power suit storms into the office. It's Deborah from corporate, and she is not happy. Who is in charge here? She demands. Silence. Then, everyone looks at me. I nervously raise my hand. Deborah squints at me. "Who the hell are you?" Ladies and gentlemen, I had 30 seconds to come up with an answer. I'm consulting management strategist advisor. Deborah squints harder. Then she looks at my ID badge, the one that literally says intern. Game. Over. The next 15 minutes were a blur of corporate yelling, mass confusion, and Steve getting so stressed he just walked out and never came back. By the end of it, my fake job was terminated, my real boss was gone, and the only lasting impact I made was that now the company had a no instant promotions without approval rule. Yes, I became an office policy. Just like the pizza guy story, I am a walking corporate cautionary tale. So what did we learn today? 1. Never trust corporate emails. 2. If you act confident enough, people will just believe you know what you're doing. And 3. If you ever accidentally become your boss's boss, maybe keep your mouth shut and enjoy it for a little longer than I did. Anyway, that's my story. If you liked it, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, What's the biggest workplace mistake you've ever made? Because I need to know I'm not the only one out here embarrassing myself at work.